How you guys doing, everyone? In today's video, we are going to talk about Sean Diddy Combs. How and why did he win the RICO case? The racketeering and trafficking charges, which is a federal crime and that will have potential require him to serve life imprisonment. How and why did he beat the case? I will explain everything to you guys in details. All right, let's dive in. Sean Combs, I made a video about Sean Combs as far back as April, May this year, before the trial. And I tell you guys that they don't have a case on Puffy. I said it. The video is still, the evidence is on my channel. If you search on my channel, you go and watch the video. After watching this one, go and watch the video. I said they don't have a case on Sean Combs. Is Sean Combs a perfect person? No. Does he have bad boy, as he calls himself, mentality? Yes. Have he committed offenses like abuse and all that? Yes. With the case of Cassie, the one thing that scares me the most is how out of touch people are with what is going on, but they just follow the crowd. A lot of people, mostly women, thought that the reason why Sean Combs went to trial, this trial that jury just read their verdict on, they think the actual reason why Puffy went to court is because of the video of him beating Cassie. A lot of people think that's why he went to jail, but that's not true. That is not the truth, because the case between him and Cassie, the video that you guys saw, was is a state crime, and the statute of limitation for that have been settled. Actually, he have settled Cassie about $20 to $30 million, which I think most lawyers took most of the money, right? He have settled Cassie. But what you guys don't know, I'm gonna explain it in more plain detail. Feds already building case against Puffy to make the case stronger. Remember last year when they went to his house to raid his house, they didn't get anything. So to make their case more stronger, they went and talked to Diddy collaborators. Every crime they say Diddy committed, the people that he committed those crimes with, they want to make a deal with them. And those people have a lawyer that signed immunity from whatever they are going after Diddy for. If in some way they are involved, they are not going to hold responsible. The feds agree. They sign an agreement only if they come and testify. And that's exactly what happened. So now, why did he win the RICO case? They brought the witnesses and they come and testify, right? When the court started, first week, second week, third week, people start saying, where is the RICO case? We want to know the RICO case. I kept quiet. I stopped doing anything about Puffy. I didn't even say anything about Puff Daddy. There's other pressing issues going on around the world that I need to cover, so I focus on that. So now, in the middle of the trial, I was paying attention to the trial, but I'm not one of those people that this channel, if I'm doing things to catch views, this channel would have been bigger than what it is. I like to do things based on what I think is good to put out, and when the right time to put it out. Maybe sometimes I'm right, sometimes I'm wrong, but it's the principle I stand on. So when it comes to Puffy, I said I'm not gonna put anything about Sean Combs again until the right time. So now is the right time. What the feds did is that they went and made a deal with Cassie, Jane Doe, Kid Cudi, every single people that is involved in this case to come and testify against it, because the number one target is Sean Combs. That's their target. Now they come in, everybody's testifying. At the end of the day, the RICO case that me and you know, if some people that understand the RICO case that me and you know, from when John Gotti was charged with RICO, that he ended up finding guilty on, and other RICO cases, right? So what they did is that they created this illusion that Sean Combs is part of a pyramid scheme. He's on the hencho, and then from the racketeering, human trafficking, violence and all that. Is part of his criminal enterprise. That's what they created on. So for that to be very believable, they brought in those people, Cassie, all those people to come and testify against Puffy. Some did a good job for the feds, some didn't. But the only thing that makes America a very great country is the power of the juror. While they are coming out testifying, the jurors were seeing everything. And then the defense also know that the public perception about how the feds are carrying the case is so obvious that the case they have against Puffy is weak. So the defense capitalized on it and went to war. That's exactly what happened. So let me repeat again. Sean Combs didn't go to court because of the domestic issues we have with the Cassie and then the freak offs. The freak offs is the is popularized in people trying to say. I think it's the media that pushed the freak off part. The media, like we are sexually obsessed country. Sorry, I have to say it. So the media pushed that freak off part, but the feds, when they were going after Diddy, they were going after him based on criminal enterprise. Like he's the number one, a pyramid chain of criminal enterprise, which is number one. So they do everything they can to get their number one target. During the middle of the trial, people still asking, where's the racketeering? We are not seeing any racketeering case. We are not, I kept quiet because I have over 130,000 subscribers on TikTok. So when I go on TikTok, I get information that I need and other social media, including X. So I kept quiet because I've known this since April. The case was weak. So now, fast forward when the power was given to the jury to decide whether Diddy was guilty or not. They went through it and they found out the same thing everybody is seeing, that there is no case there. The racketeering, and human trafficking part of it, interstate human trafficking part, they find those are federal crime. They find it not guilty. People are upset. Why are people upset? If you ask them, the first thing they will say is Cassie is a victim. The women that he did that. But forgetting that that's not even the main reason why feds took Puffy to court. No. So if you are, every evidence that was proven in court, showed in court, showed that Cassie was participant in it. I said it on this channel, even before then, before the trial starts, or the same month the trial started. It's on this channel. Cassie was a willing participant. Is Cassie a victim of domestic abuse by Puffy? Of course. If I don't admit that, then I'm evil. I have a daughter. I have daughters. I don't want a man, whoever it is, to do that to my own child. I will serve a life imprisonment if that happened. I will do something I will do and turn myself in. I will not see I see people do that to my own daughter. But then again, Cassie is a victim to an extent. What is to an extent? As long as she's a willing participant in what Diddy was doing and have evidence of her actually saying that she wants to continue, talking to Diddy if she wants to continue doing it, even when Diddy was telling her if you don't want to. Everything was on text and on call, right? The evidence was there. So now some of these women that will defend anything, unfortunately, they're spinning, oh, what happened is she's, when you're a victim of abuse, no, you willing. There are responsible women out there, which I'm part of. As a man, I'm a responsible person as a man, and there's a responsible women out there that most of the good things they knew about life, their parents didn't teach them that. As of when I was 12, 13, 14 years old, I already know the difference between good and bad. I stayed away from the bad. Most of the people that I know at that age that was into bad stuff, none of them are alive today. So there's this saying that I always tell people, but they don't really understand what I say. We all know what we are doing. We blame it on alcohol, we blame it on childhood trauma. No. We just use that as an escape to continue our stupidity. Cassie stayed with Diddy for 10 years. Let's say the abuse continued for every day. Not for one day that she went to the cops. Not for one day she went to the cops and reported Diddy. Right? But by the time she went and reported herself to the lawyer and lawyered up and get money from Puffy. Right? So, including other people that came in and talk about Diddy and people that go online, this is not to defend Diddy. This is not to make him feel like he's a saint. I started this video to tell you exactly how I feel about him and how if I support what he did, which I did not. The point is that some people have to remove the emotion when it comes to law, how the law works. If you're a civilian going through law, trying to understand law, do it with open heart. Don't add emotion to it. If you add emotion, you will not understand it. The feds went to court with Puffy not because of Cassie, what he did to Cassie. They don't give a fuck about what he did to Cassie. I can tell you that for free. What they are looking at the bigger picture to paint Puffy as part of this bad boy enterprise that do these crimes. But the jury can see through it, that is full of shit. Now the RICO case, that's how he beat the RICO case. That's the power of the jury. That's why America is a great country. Right? Now, for people that says, okay, the lesser charges they gave him, he's gonna serve 10, 20 years. No, he's not. The maximum, the prosecutors they are prescribing for the judge to give him 55 months, to serve 55 months, I think, somewhere around there. From everybody out there, people that are supporting Puffy and people that are not supporting him, everybody is saying the same thing. It is up to the judge. Judge can give him from 0 to 33 months. With time served, he probably will do less than a year in jail. Or if the judge wants to make sure that this whole thing is behind him, behind everybody, everywhere he move on, he might give him 2 years probation in his house. You understand? He might give him 2 years probation, and he will serve it up in his house with supervised probation. He will report to his probation officer whenever he try to goes point A to point B. The whole idea he's going to do 10 years is not happening. And I'm saying this without emotion because that's the truth. All this emotional. So you see some people go online, oh, Puffy got away with this because he have money, because what he did to Cassie. But they forgot that the real reason feds went after Puffy, it's not majority because of Cassie. No, it's not. Let's be honest, it's not. In the front, from public perception, they think it is the only reason. No. If you're looking at that, that's a state case. So that's the right, the prosecutors, there's this strategy, you know, when you hear that feds win their case 98% success rate. The problem is they make deal with everybody, even the devil, to get who they want to get. That's why the success rate is so high. Other than that, the Fed is just, you know, sometimes they do terrible jobs. In this case, they did. Puffy shouldn't even be in jail right now. That's a whole different story. Now he beat the RICO case, which is all the federal case. The judge would have let him go until his sentencing. But the judge let him stay in jail because he quotes his past history of violence and all that stuff, which I think is bullshit. But then again, as I said, when you're approaching law, you remove emotion out of it. It's the judge's personal opinion. From now till October, they will sentence him. Whatever the condition of the sentence will be, they will hash it out with both sides of the people, the prosecutors and defenders. So that's exactly how this whole thing happened. For those of you that is claiming, it wasn't for Cassie. Cassie is just Cassie come to testify that Puffy is A, B, and C. Whatever Fed say that Puffy is, all they want Cassie to do is to say, yes, Puffy is this and this. He's an abuser. He's a drug user. Then they post the free calls, the Bobby oil. Then other people come in, do their own thing. But the good thing is that the jurors know what RICO is, and this is not it. All right, so that's the video about Puffy, and I said I will not do anything about Puffy. I have said what I have to say, and whatever I said in April, May, turned out to be the truth. So I don't really have to say anything. But the reason why I'm making this video again is to clarify to some of you that the reason why Puffy went to jail is because of Cassie, went to court or in jail right now is because of Cassie. It's not. It might be one of the reasons, but it's not. It's just this thing they cooked up, and then the feds went and make deals with everybody. All the participants in the same thing they're accusing Puffy of. Feds went and make deal with them to come and get Puffy. Then it didn't work out. And then you guys are upset. That's the video, man. If you have watched up to this point, please, my sincere thank you. All right, and don't forget to subscribe. Bye.